Let's go, girls. Come on. I'm going out.
One time, Tay came back to my house after, we had been out or, we had been drinking, and my brother Tom was there, and he is a big eater himself. But he watched Tay take out the lunch meat, take out the cheese, take out the crackers, and put together all these like concoctions and eat. And he was speechless. And the next morning, he's like, I have so much more respect for Tay. That girl can eat.
Most people know that Taylor loves blue cheese dressing, but like she loves blue cheese dressing. And I remember when we were, I can't remember what it was, but sometime in senior year of Cornell, it was some kind of like I think it might have been homecoming or something like that. It was a big event. Everyone was out, and there was people out on the streets, and all the frats and sororities had things going on. And we lost Taylor at the end of the like kind of halfway through the day, and we're like, man, where'd Taylor go? Where'd Taylor go? Couldn't find her anywhere. We went home. I went home, and I found her in the kitchen, and we had this like leftover chicken or something in the fridge, and this jar of blue cheese dressing. It was like an actual jar that like you wouldn't be able to get your hand in very easily. And Taylor was in the kitchen like eating pieces of chicken and like trying to stick her hand into the blue cheese dressing and like pretty much like just shoveling it into her mouth.
Every Friday night at the Fleming household, we have buffalo chicken pizza. Everybody knows that. So one night, she must have been home from school, and I like go with Taylor to pick up pizza at Miranda's in Southbury, and we're on our way back with the pizza, and she like doesn't turn right to go home, and I'm like, what are we doing? And she's like, I have to pick something up from the park and ride. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm 12. I was like, all right, well, like, what are you getting? And she's like being really sketchy about it. She's like, and don't worry about it. And I was like, what is it? Taylor, is it drugs? Are you getting drugs? And she's like, no, I'm not getting drugs. And I'm like, all right, well, can you please tell me? Like, I'm really worried. And she's like, I have to get this ID. Like, I have to get this ID from this girl. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, like, I can't use an ID at school because I'm too young. And, like, I want to buy alcohol, so I need to get an ID. And I'm like, Taylor, is this legal? And she's like, no, it's not legal. So I have to sit in the car while Taylor goes and gets this, like, ID from somebody who worked at, like, Southbury Town Pool and, like, pays $20 for it. And I'm just like, and she's like, don't tell mom and dad.
Our sleepover at Aunt Janie's house, where it was quite a long night and quite thick pizza, and waking me up in the middle of the night to find out what we should do to find your lip bumper, which you may or may not have thrown up and accidentally flushed down the toilet.
We were all at Frisch's, me, Natalie, Madeline, Zach and Tay, and there was a big plate of fries, and we held it up and went to Zach and said, if you break up with Taylor, we're going to make you eat this, and by then it's going to be like all soggy and stuff, and we're going to make him eat it.
We're all at a party for New Year's, and we're gathered around the television getting ready to count down to the new year, and Tay-Tay accidentally gets her hands on the remote control and changes the channel to some music videos, and we missed the ball drop, so everyone at the party was very, very upset, and we were never invited back.
Hauska was in the hotel school with a few of us that lived at our house, and so he was in a bunch of our classes together, and he was very much like a man of the people, and he would come over like every day on his way home from school. He'd stop at our house, and then he'd go back to the football house. So over the course of the senior year, we became very good friends with the football players that were in that house, and Zach was one of those people. Other guys were like Jordan Heller, Ryan, Alex Johnson, like John Sheeler, like all these different guys that are still good friends of ours. But it wasn't until the beginning of second semester of our senior year that Taylor and Zach kind of, I guess, finally connected. And of course, this happened at one of the bars in College Town, one of the few remaining bars that were left. And I remember that she was so like enamored with Zach and totally crushing on him. And it was like a long semester of kind of hanging out and becoming closer friends. They didn't rush into anything. And it wasn't until senior week that they, I think, finally made it official.
It was right around graduation, and Taylor and Kelly and Gina and I were sitting by the pool, and pretty much she was saying that she knew it wasn't going to be easy, but she decided that she was going to stick with him after graduation because she really cared about him.
Senior year of college, she came to visit me at Bryant and said there was this guy she was talking to and she liked him and thought they were going to date. So I demanded that she show me a picture of Zach, and I was like, Taylor, he has kind eyes, and I instantly had a good feeling about him.
I was skeptical, going into it because Tay and I had spent many an hour, talking about and writing in color-coded notes about our ideal men and who we were going to marry. And, not just anyone is going to, steal Tay-Tay's heart. So anyway, I get to Cornell and I meet Zach, and I definitely thought right away that, they were such a good match. He had sort of the football player thing going, cool guy, but also was just so sweet and clearly adored Taylor. But when I really knew that this was legit was late night when we came back to Tay's apartment. We were all hanging out, and Taylor went up to put on the music videos, and Zach went right up there with her, helped her find the right video, and those two were just dancing in front of the TV to the music videos and having the time of their lives.
My favorites of playing sports up against you, running up and down the field, asking each other to slow down or venting about our teams.
Taylor called a few weeks ago and was like, Margaret, I figured it all out. And I was like, of course you have. Finally, I've been waiting for this moment. Lay it on me. And she was like, you know how like your mind and your body are connected and like one can influence the other? And I'm like, you're talking about talk, girl. What are you thinking? She's like, I came up with the perfect saying and I'm ready for this like prolific statement from Taylor. And she goes, judgy wudgy makes you pudgy.
And I come into the Fleming household and, Tay's the oldest and, it's all girls and it's just very kind of, some beautiful pinks and feminine energy. And, I meet the whole Fleming family, so sweet and everything. And I'm sitting at the kitchen island. Love that spot. And Tay and I are just kind of talking, and Margaret comes up, and Taylor and Margaret have what seems to me to just be a conversation, but I later find out it was like a big fight between the two of them, and it went something like this. Margaret comes up, and they're both playing with their hair, and Margaret comes up and she's like, Taylor, I can do my nails in less than 5 minutes. And Taylor is like, Margaret, I can do mine in less than 2. Can you please let me and Kelly finish our conversation? And Margaret's like, yes, I'll let you finish your conversation. And she walks away. And then Taylor looks at me and she's like, oh my God, she is so annoying. I am so mad at her right now. We're in such a big fight. And I was like, wait, that was a fight?
And one of the exercises that the class had to do that day was to kind of do like a 1-year, 3-year, 5-year plan for after graduation and things that that they wanted to achieve. And so everyone's writing down, what they want to do, what they want to achieve in their life, and where they want to be in 5 years. And, everyone had different things like, of course, investment banker or lawyer or accountant or whatever. And when it was Taylor's turn to share her answer, she had one answer on her page, and it was mother.
I just remember Margaret and Taylor like on my bed and like me being like, guys, I'm so like crying, like I can't sleep, I'm so scared, the witch is like gonna come and get me. And Taylor's like, okay, I got this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a magical potion on you. And I'm like, oh my God, is this gonna work? She's like, yeah, it will absolutely work. So she takes like lotion and just like lathers me in lotion and just like is like, this is going to propel all of the witches away. And I was like, oh my God, this is the best big sister ever.
One of my favorite memories with Taylor was when she spent the whole entire summer with us.
Summer 2015, Mike and Zach living in Stamford, tons of guac and chips, margaritas, and a spontaneous trip on the Metro North into New York City to go to Farnborough.
We were at the pool, well, at the beach for my mom's wedding. We were at the pool hanging out and talking.
I do remember your first apartment, and I remember our very first sleepover, so the beginning of that, followed by every single Thanksgiving after doing our award-winning Thanksgiving performances, coming up with a way to basically get our parents to allow us to have a sleepover before Yankee Candle, followed by every morning being woken up early, only to wait hours and hours to actually get on the road. I also remember all of our Rehoboth Beach vacations, especially the time we went with Aunt Terry, and then that whole week basically just following each other around and getting our hermit crabs and taking care of them on the way to Aunt Susan's wedding. All of the St. Mary's Carnival, more recently all the fun we've had at Sarah and Steven's, our best family debut at Kenny's wedding. What else? The mystery of Katie's bachelorette, Sarah's bachelorette all over in the city, and yeah, I don't know. I just cannot think of basically one big life event without you in it.
In Alabama for Laura's wedding, and we were going out to dinner, and we made a Musical.ly to TikTok by Kesha, and that was really fun, and it was really funny.
I'm so puffy.
You guys, you have to watch this TED Talk. It's called The Happiness Project, and it's just exactly what all of us have been talking about but unable to identify. You have to watch it. This guy is incredible. I mean, it hits the nail on the head. It's exactly what you need to hear, and I'm sending it to everyone because it's just like, this is it, guys. This is what we need to be thinking about.
Guys, I've discovered the meaning of life.
She has a little too much wine, and she thinks she's from Boston. I think it sounds something like, "You from Boston? You a cop?"
Let's put on some music videos.
Let's put on some music videos.
Turn on some music videos.
She's kind, and she's pretty, and she's really relaxed, and she'll be a great mom one day, and I'm glad she's going to be my aunt.
Really funny, really nice, and really pretty.
Taylor was that she was really pretty, and she was always super nice and sweet, and always fun to hang around, and fun to be with, so yeah.
She's loving, caring, and the best godmother ever.
Taylor is the best listener. She gives the best advice, and she always takes care of her friends and her family, and she has the kindest heart.
She is the most genuine person I know, and she fiercely loves the people in her life and is always building up the people that she cares about and only wants nothing but the best for everyone in her life. And I feel that in my relationship every day with Taylor. So, love you, Tay.
You guide me through life in such a way where you'll go through an experience and then teach me from that experience just by going through it and talking to me about how you feel. And when I come to those challenges and I'm feeling a certain way, you just ask me, like, what are my values and how can I live up to those values in my life, so that I kind of practice what I preach. And you just open the space to have these conversations about life and what it all means, and what really is true in life. And I love that during the week. And then on the weekends, I feel like you're the pep girl for everybody, like ready to party, organizing plans, and people will be like, why do we have just such a fun night? And it's because you, like, behind the scenes set everything up. So I just think you're the best older sister in the world, and I love you.
She has this ability to bring out the most gentle and real side of everybody she's with. She just is so comfortable, and she makes everybody around her feel so comfortable and can speak so openly and honestly. And because of that, you get her infamous, deep, thought-provoking life conversations that really make you think about your life and about your goals and what you want and just where you're going and what the meaning of life is. And I love those conversations. We always have had them for as long back as I can remember, and I think that that's a great quality, that people just naturally confide in you and are just really open and love being around you. People are drawn to you because of that, and I think that it's one of your best qualities and definitely a huge reason why I love you so much.
I love everything about little Tay-Tay. I love how compassionate and empathetic she is. I love how maternal she is in the best way. How there's every slumber party, she is like the go-to gal to solve the world's problems, and I just think that she's an incredible friend and an incredible person.
Is her ability to empathize with other people and her willingness to do that often. So, whenever I'm going through something, Taylor literally puts herself in the position and goes through every single emotion and feeling so that she truly understands what I'm feeling and therefore, can kind of help me through it. And it's pretty incredible.
She was definitely my best friend, all through college, so I maybe am a little bit biased, but I think Taylor was always the one that kind of kept everyone together. She was so kind and compassionate and loving, and everybody loved Taylor because she was, how could you not love her? She's so likable. And even, after graduation, I'm obviously on the other side of the planet, it feels like sometimes, from where everybody else is out east. Taylor's always been like, the kind of friend that keeps the relationship alive, and I think she does that not just with me, but with everybody. And she's always, tried to, connect and meet up and plan things and include everyone. And I guess that I just want to say that I love you a lot, and I can't wait to see you. I guess I'll see you in Chicago in April. But I really appreciate your friendship, and I really love you a lot. And Cornell wouldn't have been the same without you.
To see her so happy and secure and just like looking like a beauty queen in that dress, and I don't know, just kind of really feeling like so much about her life and so much of what she's wanted is like really culminating in this awesome event, was really, really special. And just kind of like her like giggling, and I don't know, it's just really, really awesome to see how in love and how secure and happy she feels.
Last comment is that I wish Zach and Tay a happy life and having lots of children. Goodbye.
Man, I feel like a woman.